Hello and welcome to part 2. Sorry about that. I don't really have anything to say. Let's just get straight into the video. Okay, this next shot is absolutely epic. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. We can see the Therizinosaurus like towering over the Nublar 6 with the entire forest on fire. Like, oh my gosh. This is an epic shot. But I'm kind of scared because we can see Kenji and Darius supporting Ben and like helping him walk, and I'm like, what happened to Ben? Please be okay. Please, okay. If one of the Nublar 6 actually dies in this season, I'm gonna be so upset. Like, please just give these kids a happy ending, man. They've been through so much. Like, they thought they lost they thought they lost Ben in Camp Cretaceous, and then they thought they lost Brooklyn in Chaos Theory earlier in the series. And like, if they I mean, if one of them dies, I'm not gonna believe it. Like, I'm gonna be like, you're bringing them back somehow. I also noticed that like here we can see Sammy wearing a little backpack, like a little backpack. Yeah, it's not another word for it. So I'm really interested because we can actually see it like pass between the Nublar 6 a couple times throughout this trailer. Like, she has it now, and then in the next shot I think Ben has it, and then a couple shots later Darius has it. So I'm like, what's in the bag? Why is it really important? Because clearly it's really important because they're making sure one of them has it. So I'm thinking like files or something. I thought maybe the eggs, but then it's too small to hold all of them. So maybe a specific egg that's like really important. But I think it's gonna be files or paperwork or something that's important to Wu and Dodgson, and they're messing with it somehow. I don't know. Clearly it's important though. We then also see Sammy and Yaz as one of the flaming locusts is crashing through the trees, and we can see that Sammy is still wearing the backpack. I mean, you can't see it where I stopped it. Sorry about that. But we can see that she still has it on, so this is like same scene, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after, but same general scene as the scene we just saw. We then see Yaz standing in the rain with a stun prod, as she says, whoa, sorry, we got this, you taught us well, Dino Nerd. And I don't know why, but that like made me so sad. Like, it definitely gave the feeling of like, oh, it's over. This is the end. This is the last we're gonna see of the Nublar 6. And I was like, no. I've loved watching them grow up, their story. Like, honestly, Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory are like one of the best written shows I have ever seen. Like, the attention to detail with the writing and the animation. Like, I know in Camp Cretaceous in the beginning the animation was a little bit clunky, but it got good. It smoothed out. And the animation in Chaos Theory is really good. Like, the attention to detail on these shows is just insane. And I mean, it's gonna be over soon. And I heard somewhere that we're getting a third animated show. I don't know if that was just a rumor or something, but I heard that along the line somewhere. So hey, we're getting another animated show, so it's not the end of the animated universe potentially, but it is the end of the Nublar 6, and I'm just like, come on. I've loved their story. It has been so good. But anyway, back to the details. We can see that Yaz is standing in that same courtyard that we saw earlier, and we see the big fight scene with the dinos happen. Again, I think it's around the same time, very, very close at least, if not during. I kind of think that this is right before we see Darius and Kenji and Ben and Brooklyn driving away. I think that she is telling them to go on without her and Sammy, because in the teaser trailer we can see her and Sammy just alone by themselves. So I think that this is going to be where they split and go separate ways.
You taught us well, Dino Nerd.
We get a quick shot of Sammy, Darius, and Kenji in the woods, and we can see that Darius now has the backpack, although I do think that this is before Sammy had it, seeing as the forest isn't on fire yet. So I think that's before that scene. And then we get Kenji, Darius, and Brooklyn in the woods. They are walking towards one of the jeeps, and then Darius is like, hold on, stop, and they all look around, and we can then see Rexy popping out of the trees after hearing like a rumbling. I actually think that these two clips are actually different though, because when they're walking to the Jeep, we can actually see that there is no observation tower in the background, like it's nowhere over there. But then when he says stop and there's all the rumblings, we can actually see the observation tower from Dominion in the background, and we can see it in the background here when they're driving away from Rexy. So I think these are actually two different scenes, just edited to make it look like one scene. We then get a really fast shot of the team driving away from the Giganotosaurus in the woods. I think this is shortly after we see from the teaser trailer that quick clip of Darius and Ben and Kenji trying to get in the Jeep away from the Giga, so I think this is that whole scene. And then we see the Jeep being picked up and lifted into the sky by the Quetzalcoatlus, and like, oh my gosh, like, that's terrifying. And then it continues to drop them hundreds of feet above the ground, just free falling in the Jeep, and I'm scared. Somebody's getting hurt. Maybe that's where Ben gets hurt. I don't know. That's not gonna end well, because they just dropped an entire Jeep full of them. It was everyone in the Jeep also. Everybody in the Jeep just dropped hundreds of feet in the air, straight back. And honestly, like, Universal Studios should turn that into a ride. Like, that's terrifying, but also I feel like that's a really fun ride concept, being picked up by a Quetzalcoatlus and dropped, like a good drop ride. I don't know what those are like called, but one of those drop rides at the amusement parks, you know? Like one of those. I feel like that could be a cool one. We then get a quick shot of Darius, Kenji, Sammy, and Yaz surrounding Gia's car being attacked by, I think, to me, this looks like the new Atrociraptors that we saw, but it could be Panthera and Tiger and Red, but it looks like the new ones. We then see, or hear and see Sammy telling Brooklyn, none of us would be here if it wasn't for you, and just like, dang, that's heartbreaking. Like, she still hasn't forgiven her, and I don't know, that makes me sad. I don't blame Brooklyn. I don't know. Makes me sad. Still turned against each other. Hopefully they'll made up by the end of the season, but I don't know. It's where we're at now. We then get a quick shot of Louis Dodgson outside of one of the cages, probably showing off one of the new dinosaurs, and a clip of Ben lighting something on fire, and I cannot tell what it is. Does anybody else have any ideas? Because I have absolutely no idea what he's lighting on fire. For the final shot of the trailer, we get a compilation of action shots with a countdown to impact, which I think is coming from the helicopter in this scene. I think the helicopter is going to crash, and that's like the countdown to impact. That's where that's coming from. We then see Yaz climbing the ladder with up to the observation tower, with the Giga following her, just like the scene in Dominion, which is taking place later. This is before that, because in that scene, while Maisie is climbing up it, the Giga rips the covering right off the ladder, and we can see that it's still there and fully intact, so we know that that is before that. We are then back to the car with everyone but Ben. He's the only one I don't see there. And then we get a shot of the Giganotosaurus roaring, bellowing in it. I can't tell if it's in its enclosure or right outside of it, but it's by an enclosure, it's by a fence, and it looks so cool. And then for the final shot, we can see an extension of the scene that we saw in the teaser trailer of Brooklyn standing on top of the overturned Jeep with a bunch of Nasutoceratops charging her. And now we can see a close-up on her face, and she looks really angry, and then she looks determined, and we get a close-up of her fist unclenching. So I am thinking she's gonna try and jump over these Nasutoceratopses. I don't know what the plural of Nasutoceratops is, but I think she's going to jump over them because whenever in movies you see somebody unclench their fists like that, it's before they're about to do something daredevilish, they're about to do like jump over something, parkour, something like that. So I think she's gonna try and jump over these Nasutoceratops as they are charging the Jeep. And that's it. That's the video. I am really hoping that this season wraps up and gives us a happy ending. Like, the ending of Camp Cretaceous was one of the best endings that to a series that I have ever seen. Like, that it was happy, and it was like a really good conclusion, and it was amazing. So I'm expecting the same for Chaos Theory. I swear, if the writers give us a sad ending, I'm gonna be so upset. Like, please keep everyone safe. Don't let anybody die. Yeah, but those are my thoughts and my things I noticed. If you noticed anything, please let me know. If I messed up on anything, let me know nicely, please. Like, let me know, but do it nicely. Like, come on. I'm human. I'm only human. I'm gonna make mistakes. Like, if I said something wrong or something like that, just let me know nicely in the comments. Like, that'd be wonderful. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I know everybody says that, but like, for real, it's a blessing, honestly. Like, it feels really good when somebody does that. So thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Bye.